Welcome back, everyone. It's Charlie. Marvel just revealed a bunch more details about Spider-Man Brand New Day. There are more new Avengers characters that were recently added to the movie. Even more confirmed villains. There was a pretty big Venom Symbiote teaser that was spotted on set, and more details about why there are so many different characters in the movie. Almost too many characters, you would say. But it's all because they're borrowing a little trick that they're using from Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. Makes sense since a lot of the same people who work on the mainline Tom Holland Spider-Man movies in the MCU also have a hand in the animated Spider-Verse movies at Sony, because we are talking about Marvel and Sony working together here. So we'll break it all down. If you're brand new to the channel, be sure to subscribe to get all the videos. It is going to be a busy couple of years because we're heading into Avengers, Doomsday, and Secret Wars and that big Marvel reboot. Pretty easy to assume that Spider-Man is going to survive this big Marvel reboot. Like, what's getting changed? Who's getting recast? Probably not Spider-Man. But the first big new thing here, the Venom teaser, this seems like more of a Symbiote teaser for the Symbiote saga that they have for Tom Holland heading up in the next several years. Recently, while they were filming some of his fight scenes for Spider-Man Brand New Day, everybody spotted a giant poster for Symbiosis. Since everyone and their sister was camped out on the Spider-Man set while they were filming last month, there were a lot of theories about what it actually meant, what was the context. Is this a teaser for something in the movie? Is it something for real life? I just waited a couple days to try and see what people were saying about it, what people found out. Generally, when you spot stuff like this, theories go wild, so you wait a beat to find out what's really going on. A lot of people wondered if it was just a normal advertisement for a real-life nightclub in the area called Symbiosis, where they were filming. Then one of the Spider-Man fan accounts on social media posted an interaction that they had directly talking to the Symbiosis nightclub itself, and they said that the poster had nothing to do with them, so it gave all the Venom symbiote theories way more juice. If you zoom and enhance on the poster, it says the English dictionary definition of symbiosis, the living together of two dissimilar organisms, as in mutualism, commensalism, amensalism, or parasitism. So the fact that the poster was black and white, classic Venom colors, in the Venom symbiote teaser at the end of Spider-Man No Way Home that they still haven't paid off, despite all the stuff they did with Venom during the Last Dance movie, that little piece of the symbiote is still inside the MCU. It didn't travel through the portal back to the Venom universe with Eddie Brock.
Without paying the bill, no tips, nothing.
Michael Mando was confirmed to be returning in the movie as his Scorpion character from Spider-Man Homecoming, and all the pictures that he was teasing were of Mac Gargan in a comic book accurate Scorpion suit, but also getting the Venom symbiote, the Mac Gargan version of the symbiote. He also became Venom for a brief period. I don't think that Sony or Marvel would ever give him the symbiote before they gave it to Tom Holland, though, in a live-action MCU Spider-Man movie. My assumption is that he was just teasing pictures that he thought were cool, and they just happened to also be pictures where Mac Gargan was getting the symbiote, like just a coincidence. You just have to picture Kevin Feige and Marvel Sniper showing up on his doorstep like, we have some questions for you. Pretty much everybody was just expecting to see the symbiote followed up on at some point as set up for Avengers Doomsday and Secret Wars in this new movie. Tom Holland has already confirmed to be in both of those movies. Everyone on the planet pretty much knew he was going to be in the next Avengers movies, so no big surprise there. You don't need to be a genius to figure that one out. They had probably just left his chair out of the Chair Watch video because they didn't want to announce too many things that would give away the plot of Spider-Man Brand New Day. They kind of ran into that problem with the Thunderbolts characters because the Chair Watch video came out before the Thunderbolts movie, so everybody's like, oh, well, all the Thunderbolts characters are clearly surviving this. Then you have the Russo brothers teasing that they'd be paying off big comic book moments and panels from the classic 1980s Secret Wars, the more modern Jonathan Hickman Secret Wars in the 2010s, including his Time Runs Out storyline, which they're using a lot of Doomsday stuff for. Most longtime Spider-Man fans, comic book readers in general, were just expecting Marvel and Sony would just wait until Secret Wars to give Tom Holland the symbiote suit so they could be more accurate to the comics. But they still have to change a number of things. Like, they've already changed the original alien costume storyline that Spider-Man got in the comics. Originally, Spider-Man's symbiote suit was just referred to as the alien costume. Later, when Todd McFarlane took over the Spider-Man comics, they added the Venom symbiote retcon details in Venom's origin story, saying that it was an actual Venom symbiote, like a living symbiote, not just a random alien costume. Way back in the 1980s, Marvel originally held a fan contest to determine the design of that alien costume. That's why you actually saw concept art of the symbiote suit with the red logo from No Way Home. That's actually a deleted scene from Spider-Man No Way Home because of all the different alternate plots they developed for that movie. I probably did 1 billion deleted scene videos because there was so much stuff in that movie, so many different ideas that they had for different plots, because for a lot of it, they didn't have Tobey Maguire or Andrew Garfield locked down, so they needed a couple backup plans for alternate plots, and one of those was to have Tom Hardy's Venom go to the Statue of Liberty fight and help Tom Holland's Spider-Man fight. It seems like at some point in the movie, they were teasing that he would get the symbiote, and that's why they were testing these different versions of the symbiote suit, one being the one with the red logo. It was actually a fan that submitted this red logo black suit back in the 1980s. Marvel went with the white logo eventually. But the whole idea is that during the 1980s Secret Wars, Spider-Man's regular suit is damaged during the fight, so during Secret Wars number 8, they tell the origin story of the alien costume, saying that on Battleworld, Spider-Man goes to one of Beyonder's labs, a machine produces the alien costume, which he assumes at the time was to help him replace the damaged suit. If you did not watch the 1990s Spider-Man the Animated Series, they basically did a version of this story, this Battleworld 1980s story during that. That's actually canon to the X-Men 97 universe. Like, that Spider-Man is canon to that Earth. He's the one that showed up during those cameos at the end of X-Men 97 Season 1.
There's another team of superheroes that I've worked with before. Computer, bring me one of the X-Men.
Which one?
Good question.
Eventually, the suit starts to make him feel tired. He goes to Reed Richards at the Baxter Building, more Fantastic Four Spider-Man crossover, and they discover that it is a living symbiote parasitically draining his life force, and he gets rid of it with the church bells. Then eventually Todd McFarlane comes along and they do the Venom origin story and explain what happened to the symbiote after Spider-Man got rid of it with the church bells. It went to Eddie Brock. Venom was created. They did a version of that during Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man 3. Tom Holland's Spider-Man live-action movies have dramatically changed all that storyline, but they can still do the Secret Wars origin for his black symbiote suit. Part of the idea is that this new Tom Holland Spider-Man trilogy, starting with Spider-Man Brand New Day, is supposed to go way darker than the original Spider-Man movies, so it makes sense that they would slowly push him in the direction of the symbiote and what would happen to him after he gets the symbiote. One of the next really big things that you probably just spotted is the Hollywood Trades confirmed Yelena Belova is going to be in the movie for a cameo scene. It's just supposed to be a small scene, and it sounds like, based on the timeline of the movie, it'll take place after the end of the Thunderbolts film, after she's formed the New Avengers team. So whatever she's doing in the movie, it's on New Avengers business. Spider-Man is going to be fighting a whole bunch of his villains. Punisher's going to be running around during the city. The Hulk is going to be running around during the city. Makes sense that the New Avengers and Val would be clocking all that and monitoring it, so that would give her a reason to actually be in the movie. Like, suddenly you have this big villain plot and you have Hulk who's turned back into Savage Hulk during the movie. The New Avengers would be monitoring that. When it actually comes to the post-credit scene, I think we're all just expecting another big Avengers Doomsday teaser of some kind, because Spider-Man Brand New Day is the final Marvel movie before Doomsday, so it'll probably be something really, really big. Variety also just reported that Tremel Tillman also just got cast in the movie as one of the villains. Streets are saying that it's not Tombstone, and he's not going to be the main villain of the movie, but he will be a villain. So there's a good chance he's playing someone from the comics. You can let me know who you think that is in the comments. He's a great actor. Most of you remember him from Severance or from the Mission Impossible movie.
And you must be out of your mind.
And because it seems like there are so many villains in the movie, reportedly the reason for that is that they're going to do a montage at the beginning of the film to show Spider-Man's evolution over the couple of years since the ending of Spider-Man No Way Home. The same thing they did at the beginning of Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse with Miles Morales' character to show his evolution since the ending of Into the Spider-Verse. Just imagine that scene, but in live action. I know there's a lot of people asking whether or not they're going to do Miles Morales during Spider-Man Brand New Day, or any of the new actors that they've announced tied to Miles Morales. The way that Kevin Feige explained it, Sony told them, don't do live-action Miles Morales stuff after Spider-Man Homecoming happened. Like, don't do this, because they've already said that they plan on doing a live-action Miles Morales movie after they're done with Beyond the Spider-Verse. Now remember, that movie is not supposed to come out till 2027, so I'm assuming that that live-action Miles Morales movie wouldn't come out till later that year or 2028. That's kind of the timeline that Sony is working on right now, but it sounds like it'll be more of a Sony thing than an MCU Marvel thing. Sony will eventually want to do their own Venom movies again at some point, but I wouldn't be surprised if the symbiote stays inside the MCU for at least a little while after Secret Wars. There's always a ton of questions when it comes to who has the rights to do which characters. Did Marvel have the rights to do Miles Morales? The whole idea is that Marvel themselves, like just often the MCU, have the rights to half-hour live-action animation Spider-Man, which is how they're able to do the Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man movie in the MCU, although it's set in an alternate universe, but it is an MCU production. Sony has all the live-action rights, which is why they have to make the agreement with Marvel to do Spider-Man in the movies, but also on TV, Sony is able to do the Nicolas Cage live-action Spider-Man Noir TV show with Amazon separately. That has nothing to do with the MCU people. It was made by Lord & Miller, the same Spider-Verse people, so we'll see what connections it has to Spider-Verse related movies. We will probably get more footage from all that stuff in the next couple of months, so of course I'll do more videos as it does come out. There was a Spider-Man Noir trailer that leaked out a couple months ago. I've already done a video for that, so I'll link it below in the description. The other really big reminder is that we have Alien Earth episodes I'm doing videos for. My episode 4 video will post on Tuesday. In my next Peacemaker episode will post later this week too after they release it. Be sure to enable alerts for my channel so you don't miss anything. Everybody click here for my brand new Avengers Doomsday video and click here for all my Alien Earth episodes. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you guys in the next one.